Tonight, crossing all possible limits of reason, Azerbaijan has outdone itself in terms of spreading misinformation and misleading the international community. At around midnight, a powerful explosion took place in Ganja, the second largest city of Azerbaijan. This was followed by a string of events, full of falsifications and blatant lies. And these events made clear that the authorities of Baku will not stop at anything to provide the desired propaganda narratives, not even at the expense of its own people. First, there was an explosion in Ganja. Moments later, the Azerbaijani media was on the spot, covering the rescue operations in real time and live. Even though in the case of such strikes, there is no guarantee that another strike will not occur. In other words, if this was a strike, then the local authorities should have at least attempted to prepare for a possible second, third, or fourth strike, and also evacuate the civilian population. But for some reason, everyone was sure that no strikes would follow. Immediately after, the assistant to the president of Azerbaijan claimed that the strike was carried out by Armenia and was a Scud missile. There is absolutely no proof of this claim, and this claim was made minutes after the strike, when in fact a much longer time is needed to study and figure out the type of missile that was launched. The Azerbaijani propaganda machine began spreading a video where, presumably, the Armenian forces are launching rockets from a Grad multiple rocket launcher, and this was presented as proof about the strikes on Ganja by the Armenian side. However, the authorities of Baku are very incompetent when it comes to propaganda, and this case was not an exception. There was only one explosion in Ganja, which was also proven by the video that they themselves published. Meanwhile, there should be at least 30 rockets launched from a Grad multiple rocket launcher. How can 30 launch rockets only cause one explosion? Such a thing is only possible with regards to Azerbaijani propaganda. In addition, in order to shell Ganja with a Grad launcher, one would need to put it at a maximum distance of 20 kilometers from Ganja, for example in the suburbs of the city. This would mean that the Armenian army is almost in Ganja. As if this wasn't enough, just minutes later the authorities of Baku began circulating a horrific image of a child who had allegedly been killed from the explosion in Ganja. An intensive study showed that this was also a lie. That picture had nothing to do with the current events. The picture was made in Syria 4 years ago. And of course, the most shocking claim is that Ganja was hit from the territory of Armenia. The authorities of Baku are making this claim without having any evidence, which is natural as such evidence could not exist. Armenia has declared multiple times that no rockets, projectiles, or even bullets have been fired from within the territory of Armenia in the direction of Azerbaijan. It is more than obvious that this is an unethical provocation, aimed at using these accusations against Armenia in order to expand the conflict zone.